Yeah, you did. It's
This
okay.
is Beth Stevens.
This is Paul Wintorek.
And here you are in the middle of Times Square at Broadway.com. And we have an amazing guest, one of your favorites.
Roland.
Yeah,
Will
Roland.
Roland.
You guys, DEAR EVAN HANSEN, your favorite show, one of your favorite personalities. He's hilarious. And we're excited to have him here. And he's doing a little shaky thing off camera. He's distracting
He's
us
excited,
a little bit.
you guys.
But, so Beth will be interviewing him. But first we have some news. There's actually a lot of news because
Really?
tis the season. Big, big, big news for me.
Are you going to sing?
Once in This Island, it's like one of my favorite shows. If you guys, do people know Once in This Island?
Not really.
Yeah, no,
But
that's
Will
not
does
true. I
because
think
he
it's
was
done
in it in middle
everywhere. It's done even in white middle schools. This show is done everywhere. Once in This Island.
We'll get to that later.
LaShawne's Hello was in the original. Love LaShawne's. Michael Arden is directing this new staging, which we already knew about, but now they've officially announced that it's coming to the Circle in the Square Theater, which is going to be cool.
Yeah.
A nice, cool, like, intimate staging. And,
I can't wait.
and
It's like an island anyway.
It's set
Circle
in
the Square.
Haiti now, and it's multicultural. I'm really curious about what this is. Previews start November 9th, opens December 3rd. Once in This Island, get into it. The Theater World Awards.
Right. So this, what does this do? This honors newcomers, people making their debuts, although they're not necessarily their Broadway debuts.
Yeah.
It's like breakthrough for theater. It's a long
Yeah, it's a little loose, the
standing.
rules.
It's been around for a long time.
It
This
has.
award.
John Willis started it.
That's right.
And they give out the John Willis Award, which is a big honor, and Glenn Close, Sunset Boulevard star.
That's
Glenn
not
Close.
her breakthrough. That's the Lifetime
No,
Achievement
I'm
Award.
starting with that because I mentioned John Willis. That's not, yeah. They
Just
have
wanna
in the past
clarify.
made mistakes about who's the newcomer. They didn't
We don't
make that
talk about
mistake.
that now.
However, this year's honorees, Josh Groban is a theater newcomer.
Lots of Natasha Pierre in the Great
Yeah.
Comet.
Oh,
people.
yes. So we have Danae Benton and Amber Gray, Christy Altamar, Anastasia, Lucas Hedges, who was in Yen and at the Oscars, Carla Alban from Sweat, John Briones and Ava Noblezada from Miss Saigon, Barrett Doss, Groundhog Day, Raymond Lee, Viet Gong, Jeremy Seacombe, we think,
I think so.
Sweeney Todd, and Present Laughter's Kobe Smulders, who was just here.
She's your new best friend.
And she's also up for Broadway.com Audience Choice Awards. So
right.
it's all happening. It's all happening. And then they're also giving an award to Katrina Lenk, which is interesting, I guess because she probably won, maybe because she's not new, so they're giving her a special award just because they love her. And she's having a great season with Indecent and The Band's Visit.
That's
she's
right.
being remembered for The Band's Visit. And Dave Malloy is also winning a special award because
Lots of great
he
comics.
debuted as an actor, composer, book writer, everything. So
Everything.
Yeah, he's everything. So that's good. We have some Rebecca news. So we haven't been covering, we're not a court site. This is not a crime show. We have not been covering this that extensively, but we have talked about it. Mark Thibodeau, who is a longtime Broadway press agent, who we know very well. He is the publicist for shows like Miss Saigon. He was in court for the last week and a half, being sued. You've all heard about this musical, Rebecca, which never made it to Broadway.
No, but it was announced for Broadway.
It was announced
It
for
had a
Broadway.
cast.
He was a publicist, and something went down where he warned investors about the show, and that's all been very well documented. He was being sued for $10 million. And basically what he is now
Which
being...
is what press agents make, right? That's like normal daily.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's
$10
basically
million.
the salary. Is that correct? Yeah.
So anyway, he was found not responsible of defamation of character, which was part of it, and basically $90,000 is what he is.
It was a mixed result. It was a mixed result.
Yeah. And producers Ben Sprecher and Louise Forlenza now owe investors $5.5 million.
And Rebecca.
So they're not getting it from Mark Thibodeau.
No.
So anyway, moving on. Congratulations. I hope that everyone is at peace now about this because this has been a very stressful situation, I think.
It's a good movie. Rent the movie.
Rebecca. Not the trial.
Not the trial. That's not a good movie.
Manhattan Theater Club has a new play called Fulfillment Center by Abe Kugel. Good name. Frederick Weller just joined the cast, who we like a lot. And Deidre O'Connell is in it. We already knew that. That starts June 6th. It's about a struggling folk singer who decides to work at an online retailer shipping center and gets involved in a lot of kooky characters.
Great
and
cast.
hijinks.
Hijinks ensue.
And hijinks. Stars in the Alley is a thing.
It is a thing.
It's always
it's
a thing.
in Schubert Alley.
It's always a thing. It's in Schubert Alley. That's the alley they're speaking of. Not the alley to backstage at Phantom.
Not just some
That
random
wouldn't
alley.
hold as many people there.
Mm-hmm.
It's June 2nd, 1 p.m., and basically every show on Broadway takes part in this. It's a big free concert for Tony season, and go there. Go.
It's
Unless
very
it rains,
crowded,
but then
and it's
they'll
an
probably
alley.
move
So
it.
you squeeze in, and you listen to
squeeze
people.
in and you have a good time.
Or maybe you
It's
just go a
free.
couple blocks away and just hear it.
The Whirly gig extended.
I saw it last night.
You already saw it?
I'm on it.
Oh.
In case you didn't know. I don't miss a Norbert Leah
Hamish
Butts.
Linklater.
Hamish Linklater wrote
And
it.
they extended an extra week. I like to call this the Butts effect.
Norbs,
Because we love Norbert Leah Butts.
of course.
And we're happy when he's in a show. And I think the entire New York community is happy when he's in a show.
And he's in a new play. He's not singing and dancing, but he's
Right.
acting his butt off. He's so good.
He's acting his butts off.
His butt's off. But also Zasha Mamet. It's a great cast.
Mario Cantone will be at Cafe Carlisle, Fancy Schmancy, June 20th to the 23rd. We have photos from a Marvin's Room press event that happened this morning.
That's right.
We have a great Q&A with Amber Riley, correct?
Amber Riley, star of Dreamgirls, looking to Broadway.
Olivier Award winner,
That's right.
hopefully coming to Broadway. We have a really fun roll call with Will Swenson, who is now playing the bad hubby in Waitress.
That's not a spoiler at all.
And I just want to remind everybody about the Broadway.com Audience Choice Awards. This is a good segue into our guest. And you can vote at Broadway.com/awards. We have a very easy URL to go do it. And you should vote, and everyone is voting. There's a lot of votes coming in. And here's our daily fun fact.
Finally, that's what I was waiting for.
Fun fact is that if you replace in Wicked, you have a good chance of winning one of these things.
That's
because
true.
over the years, many people have won Broadway.com Audience Choice Awards for replacing in Wicked.
That's true.
Most of them are Elphabas. So Eden Espinosa won, Mandy Gonzalez won, Rachel Tucker won, Jennifer Lord Thompson won
For Glinda.
That's a different
Glinda.
role. That's a different role. Lindsay Mendez won for Elphaba.
I have another alphabet that's not on your list. Carrie Ellis won.
Carrie Ellis won. Thanks
wanted
for
to say
adding
that.
to my fun fact.
You're welcome.
And then two Fieros won. Derek Klena, who's a nominee this year, and Joey McIntyre, who is not. And Ben Vereen won for replacing in the role of the Wizard.
That's amazing. He's the only wizard who's won? You
Yeah,
guys
he's
need to
the
get
only
on
wizard
voting
who's
for the
won.
wizard.
I'm sorry, Wizards. So that's a lot of people. It's almost like an annual thing.
It is.
Anyway.
It's the Wicked.
I just wanted to share that.
Yeah.
Broadway.com/awards. And you have until like next Wednesday, I think, to vote. But it says on there. And just keep voting.
Keep voting. Vote often.
You're only supposed to vote once, but
Vote once.
let your favorites win.
Do your thing.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with who?
Will Roland of Dear Evan Hansen.
Right back.
When you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. You will be found. You will be found. On the outside, always looking little behind. Better be more than I've always been, 'cause I'm tapping on the glass. Waving through the window, I try to speak, but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear. Watching people pass. Waving through the window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waiting back at me? Is anybody waiting? Whoa.
And all that jazz. Come on, babe, I know a whoopee spot where the gin is cold but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall where there's a nightly brawl and all that jazz. That jazz.
And we are back at Live at 5 with Will Roland of Dear Evan Hansen. Hello, Will.
Hi, Pat.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Okay. First of all, everyone loves this show. And everyone loves you in it because you have 3 nominations for the Broadway.com Audience Choice Awards, tied with some other actor.
Bette
Who else?
Midler.
Bette Midler.
There's also a bunch of other people who got nominated for 3, but as far as I'm concerned, it's just me and Bette Midler.
It's a death match. There's a death match between.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
How's the show going?
The show is a blast. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm it's a fun show for me to get to do every night. I don't really have I don't have a lot of like
This is an intense show.
crying and grossness.
But you are like the
and
little light thing that comes in and makes everyone just like take a breath.
the butterfly effect.
You're the butterfly effect. I don't think that's really what that means.
No, I'm sure it is. I'm
You
sure it's
think?
right.
You
Yeah,
think that's right?
I'm sure it is.
You have been with this show since way back when.
They'll
Since
be
before it
kidding.
was called Dear Evan Hansen.
Mhm.
What was it called back then?
It was the Untitled PPL project back then. That was an acronym for Pasek, Paul, and Levinson.
I did not know that. I did not know what PPL. I mean, I'm not that bright, but PPL.
Yeah.
So you were way back. You're.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I signed on. It'll be 3 years very soon. It was June of 2014 that I booked this reading.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you're not sick of playing Jared Kleinman?
No, he's fun. It's a fun thing to get to do every night. Is come out and I make a bunch of inappropriate jokes. I get to harass Ben Platt, who's just really being constantly lauded these days. He's keeping his feet on the ground.
You harass him on stage or off stage?
Both.
Really?
Yeah, pretty universally.
Give me an example off stage.
I texted him the day before the Tony Award noms came out, and I said, I will not be congratulating you in any way for anything that might happen tomorrow, because I think you'll be fine without it. Which isn't really like bullying.
That's good. Yeah, no, it's not bullying.
It's fun jabs.
It's letting him know that you don't need to
Exactly. Like,
buy into
you're
all
great.
that. Yeah, you're
Everybody's
fine.
telling
Everyone
you
says
you're
you're
great.
You're
I know
wonderful.
you're great. I say it, and I'm not gonna say it again.
Yeah, we're done with that. All right, we have to talk about your past.
Uh-oh, my checkered past.
Yes, you have a checkered past.
I do.
So, as we said, Once on This Island is coming to Broadway.
Yes, it is.
Because I do my research,
I'm trying to remember where I said this. I said this to someone recently.
you were in
I was in
Once on This Island. on Long Island
Yes.
at a school,
Yes, I went to Friends Academy,
at a Quaker school.
Quaker High School.
Quaker Once on This Island. You were not Team Moon.
I was not Team Moon.
Okay, thank God. That's
we
good.
sort of, I feel like it's fairly common practice at high schools to sort of add some ensemble that may or may not have been in the original production. So we sort of like,
They just pack it.
yeah, we just
Everybody
threw some
gets a chance.
ensemble kids in there, sort of with the young to Moon character. And I was, one of the children of the island.
That's amazing.
And I will say, actually, the diversity could have been worse.
Okay.
With the Friends Academy production of Once on This Island.
I
It
appreciate how
really-
you phrased that.
It was, yeah, I mean, there were any white kids in it, which is more than would be accurate if you're doing Once on This Island.
I want to hear about your other early work.
So yeah, Once on This Island was my first, real book musical that I was a part of. I did some
Mm-hmm.
song cycles before that and some choir stuff. I also played the titular character in Oliver.
Oliver.
Yes,
Of course
I
you
played
did.
Oliver at 13 years old, and it was a really great kind of. I think I was very genuine and heartful, but I sang like crap, like really bad.
That doesn't happen anymore.
No, not anymore. I'm a really good singer now.
Now you're really
Professional.
good. He's professional. With a degree and everything.
Mhm.
Fancy.
Very expensive.
Very expensive degree.
Could
Now,
have had a house.
Now that you're talking about being Oliver,
Mhm.
how's your Cockney accent? Amazing. It's got to be good.
My Cockney accent is really bad.
I read your
Sorry,
resume,
Liv.
and it said that you do offensive accents. Is that one of them?
There it is. I've got no teeth. Not a teeth in my mouth.
Do you know what I love about this interview? We are so selling Dear Evan Hansen right
We
now.
are really coming
And I
Dear
love
Hansen.
that. Like, if you haven't seen it yet, then why would you be watching this, first of all? But,
Exactly.
but we have some
Fair.
questions from the people.
Oh, good.
We do. Billy wants to know.
Okay. Is this
What's
my
your-
dad, Billy, or is this
Yeah,
someone
it's your
else?
dad. This is
Okay,
Billy
great.
Roland. Hi,
Okay.
Billy.
Hi, Billy Roland.
Your dad wants to know,
Yeah.
what's your dream role?
My dream role, I would love to play John Adams in 1776.
So you can sit down.
So I can sit down, John.
That's what you really want to do?
I think it's an awesome role. I think
It
it's
is a
like
big
I
role.
would also love to. I don't think this would ever happen unless like I age in a way that I'm really not anticipating. I would love to do Man La Mancha. I
Oh.
would, like, love.
What do you mean? Age in a way that you're not
Like I just don't think I will ever
anticipating?
look like that.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll leave
I
it
think
there.
I'll always be, I'm going to be more of a Buscemi type rather than a Stokes
It's good to-
Mitchell type.
I gotcha. I got it. All right. We've got some questions here that we don't get for other people.
Oh, no.
We also have some questions that we do get from other people.
I'm very excited.
But Lucy wants to know, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food?
We're getting random on you guys. Here we
Probably bacon.
go. Okay.
with bananas neck and neck.
Not together. Or
Not
maybe
necessarily separate. I mean, I've yet to meet the sort of banana bacon dish that's really going to warm the cockles of my heart. But
true. Yeah, I don't know where you're going with that one, but okay, here we go. These are some really great
Look at
questions,
the
you
legs
guys.
fly in for the bacon bananas.
People
I'm just
love
watching them
bacon.
float
They
across
love
the screen.
bananas. Banana bacon surprise. Samantha wants to know, what's your favorite 80s film?
My favorite 80s film, it's probably Back to the Future. I really love
You
Back
could
to
star
the
in
Future.
that musical version.
Yeah, I'd love that.
You could
Bob,
mine
give
the
me a
80s
call.
films for your next
Bob
role.
Zemeckis I'm talking to right now.
Hi, Bob. How you doing?
Bob.
These are really random questions, you guys. I'm almost a little freaked out by them.
Yeah.
But here we go. I'm just going to go through them.
If you're
okay?
freaked out by them, maybe skip them. I don't
Because
know.
it's really, you think? They're just random. They're random. What's your favorite era in history?
Oh, my favorite era in history is probably the War of the Roses.
Sure. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
What is the most challenging part? Oh, this is a real question from Elise. What's the most challenging part about your role?
I like how you said, oh, this is a real question.
Well, I mean, it's
oh, this is a real question.
the
from
food
Elise.
questions, the 80s films. This is one about your role in Dear Evan
The
Hansen.
most challenging part of my role, I have to talk so fast, and I'm constantly in fear of just like having already said the wrong thing by the time and it's just too late. This is never.
I could
The
see
right
that.
thing's never coming out.
Elizabeth asks, have you ever played a really great practical joke? Not including this right now.
Yeah, this is all. This is a crazy
This is
game.
one of them.
Have I ever played a really good practical joke? You know, one time in college, I was at a friend's apartment, and her dog barked, and I was on the phone with my roommate, and I convinced him that I had gone to the animal rescue that day. I had seen a Jack Russell Terrier that just broke my heart, and that I had adopted him and brought him home despite having a no pets policy from our landlord. And that I had I had
upsetting.
smuggled this.
Was he crying?
Yeah, he was a crying Jack Russell Terrier, or my roommate.
Your roommate is what I meant, but
Oh, yeah,
I like your
no,
answer.
He was furious. He was like, "What are you talking? You adopted a dog?" I'm like, "Yeah, I couldn't help it. He was so beautiful. He was so alone."
That was like an acting exercise / practical joke.
Yeah,
I
it was
like
a horrible improv game. That's
I
usually
love
what I
it.
like to lie. I do that all the time. I like to just like go on a lie, and see how far it'll go, and then
Actors, you guys. Actors. Okay.
Actors.
Laura asks, Laura, what's going on with you today? What's your favorite theater word?
My favorite theater word, dramaturgy.
Is this a friend of yours that knows that you have one? You were so fast with that. I don't have
No,
a
I love that word. I love
Does
the word
anyone else in this room have a
dramaturgy.
favorite theater? No. Okay.
I like that a person who does dramaturgy is a dramaturg.
I bet
like
you do.
that certain choices in plays have to make dramaturgical sense.
I love that you love that, and I love that you've said it now 16 times. That's amazing. You've got so many questions. You're winning the most questions from anyone I've ever interviewed during Live
I
at
hope that I
5.
win a lot of things here at Broadway.com.
Me too. Vote early and vote often, ladies
Vote
and
early,
gentlemen.
vote often. Vote often.
Mariah
That's against
asks,
the rules.
that's against the rules. Don't do that. What's the best thing to get at the stage door?
Oh, the best thing to get at the stage door.
Besides like your lunch.
I like smiles.
Oh, smiles are good.
And compliments are great. No, I don't know. I guess we've gotten a lot of art. That's a lot of fun.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I really the fan art is definitely
Did
a blast.
anyone make a doll out of you yet?
Do I have a doll?
Get on it, people.
No, there was a cake topper at the opening night party that looked like me.
cake topper.
But besides that, no.
Darlene-
I like whiskey too.
Oh,
Sometimes we
can't
do
go
whiskey
wrong
at the
with
stage door.
booze.
Not if you're a minor.
If you're
But
of
ask your
age.
parents.
Meet my daughter, and here's some. Okay, Darlene is asking if you could play a role as a gender bending role. What would you do?
Oh man, I don't think about this often, but I should. Oh no! I did. I talked about this with Ben Platt one day, a couple months ago.
Please tell
I
us.
want to do when we're like in our 40s. I want to, with Ben Platt, do a True West Little Foxes style gypsy, where he and I go back
Are you
and
gonna
forth.
switch?
Playing Mama Rose and Herbie on different nights.
Oh, Herbie. Okay, I was getting a
Oh,
little.
and no.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
That's a great
Don't
idea.
read it
That's a
like
great
that.
idea.
That's
No,
a great
that's
idea.
a great idea. I want to see you and Ben Platt play Mama Rose and Herbie.
On different
Alternating.
evenings.
I love it. Oh, well, Elizabeth wants to know what kind of whiskey you prefer. I mean, just place your order.
I love bourbon. I love, Bullet's a real solid choice. I love scotch, too. I love real peaty scotch. I love whiskey that hurts.
Stage doors is about to get really fun at Dear Evan Hansen. All right, we're going to just take a couple more questions. We got to go.
No, I want to
Yes,
sit here all day.
I do too.
I
All
want to sit here
right.
until it's live at 6.
We could get there. We could get there. There's so many questions. Any mishap? This is from Anna Lou. Any mishaps during Dear Evan Hansen?
Stuff happens. You forget a line here and there. Like a piece of scenery gets stuck. Last night the projections got weird. So like we were halfway through Good For You, and like it was projections from For Forever, like trees everywhere. I think if you hadn't seen the show before, you might not have really noticed.
Yeah.
I
Nothing
always
super
feel
fun.
bad answering that question because it's
Yeah, it's
not
like stuff goes wrong. It's live theater. What do you want to do?
Yeah, when it's nothing great. No, nothing horrifying has ever happened. Sorry.
Okay, last question. I can't even. Here's a really good one. There's so many. It's literally, do you see how fast this is moving?
I can't see. I'm blind.
Favorite song from Dear Evan Hansen?
That's sincerely me. No, actually, I love For Forever. I think For Forever is the best. It's a really sort of, I love the specificity of it.
Did you vote for the Broadway.com Audience Choice Awards?
I've yet to cast my votes. I don't know if I'm allowed. I guess I'm supposed to be voting constantly, right? Voted all day. I'm going to go vote for it throughout the entire performance tonight.
I love that. That's
Every time I
good.
come
But
on
definitely
stage,
don't focus
vote
on your
again.
performance tonight. Focus on the voting, okay?
There's only so much focus I have in me. I'm an unfocused young man.
We're going to wrap it up, but thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for your really amazing questions today. There were a lot of them.
Thanks, Internet. It's been a
Thanks,
blast.
Internet. We love you. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Bye.